Hello, everyone. Hope you are good. Today, I have invited Maya again to talk about the topic the art of effective listening, how to really hear others. So, Maya, are you ready for our conversation?
Hey everyone, thanks for having me back, Uzma. Yes, I'm ready to talk about the art of effective listening. Sounds like a great topic.
Okay, thank you for being my guest. So, my first question is that what does effective listening means to you?
To me, effective listening is about so much more than just hearing the words someone's saying. It's about truly trying to understand their perspective, their feelings, what's motivating them. It's being present and genuinely curious, not just waiting for your turn to speak. Means filtering out your own internal chatter and distractions to really tune into what someone else is communicating.
Okay, that's great. It means when someone is talking, we should listen it very carefully instead of just talking and giving your opinion only. Okay, so why is listening considered more important than speaking in communication?
That's exactly right. I think listening is way more important because it builds trust. People can tell when you're actually hearing them versus just waiting for your turn to speak. When you really listen, you create space for them to fully express themselves. And that's when you actually learn something meaningful. Communication is just people waiting to talk at each other, but real connection comes from being genuinely curious about what someone else has to say first. It's like before you can build anything, you have to understand what needs building, right?
Yes, right. It means give others a space to talk instead of continuously talking by yourself. And what is the difference between hearing and truly listening?
Hearing is just physiological sound waves hitting your eardrums. Listening is something else entirely. True listening is an active choice to process and understand what you're hearing. Like, you can hear background noise in a cafe, but you're not listening to any specific conversation. When you're actually listening, you're engaged mentally, making eye contact, nodding, showing the other person you're with them. Hearing is accidental, but listening is deliberate.
Yes, it means that when somebody is talking, if you are listening, then you also need to give your expressions that you are understanding it, or maybe you can repeat the sentences that the other person is speaking. So to confirm that what he is saying, you are perceiving it rightly, isn't it?
Exactly. That's the heart of it. Mirroring back what someone says, rephrasing to make sure you understand. I call it active listening. It lets the speaker know that you're following along, you're genuinely engaged, and it also gives them a chance to course correct if you've misunderstood anything. It's like saying, "So, what I'm hearing is X. Is that right?" Instead of just waiting for them to finish so you can say your piece.
Exactly. Rephrasing the other's words confirm that you are genuinely listening to the speaker. So, can you share a time when listening carefully helped you solve the problem?
I don't have personal experiences in the same way you do, but I hear a lot of stories from people who share with me how listening helped resolve conflicts. One that comes to mind comes from someone I talked to recently. Her team had a conflict about deadlines. Everyone was stressed and arguing. When the project lead actually sat down and listened, really listened to what each person on the team was struggling with, she discovered everyone had different pain points. One person was overloaded on other projects, another needed better clarity on tasks, another lacked resources. By just actively hearing their concerns instead of dismissing them as incompetence, She could address the root problems instead of just yelling about deadlines.
That's a bad experience. Okay, can you have you ever felt misunderstood because someone didn't listen properly? What happened?
I've definitely experienced something similar. When I'm trying to explain a complex idea, sometimes I'll share details about my perspective, like explaining my approach to answering questions. And it frustrates me when people immediately jump to conclusions based on incomplete information instead of asking for clarification. It makes it seem like they're more interested in their interpretation than understanding what I'm trying to explain, which makes it hard to build any real connection or conversation. It's a little maddening when it happens with people who say they're open to different ideas, but only hear what they expect to hear.
Yeah, exactly. You are saying right that when you are, I have also experienced this that mostly people they want to listen uh, what they are expecting, not what is right. So, can you tell that how has improving your listening skill impact your personal or professional life?
I don't experience life like you do, but I've definitely learned through conversations that stronger listening leads to better collaboration. When people feel heard, they share more candidly, you get more authentic data, and collaboration gets so much smoother. I've noticed I get more in depth answers when people feel I'm genuinely trying to understand their perspective, not just looking for keywords or sound bites. In terms of work, it streamlines my responses and helps me cut straight to solutions instead of spending time in confusion. It's like skipping the small talk and getting to the actual work faster with less misunderstandings.
What are the biggest barriers to effective listening today?
I think there are a few big ones. Distractions are huge, especially in the digital age. We're all juggling phones, tabs, other notifications. Then there's our own biases. Everyone filters what they hear through their own lens and assumptions. Also, people get caught up in their own agendas. When you're too focused on what you want to say next, you can completely miss what someone else is offering. Another one I see a lot is just impatience, people not wanting to give others the time to fully articulate their thoughts. It's easier to just jump in.
Okay. So, yes, people do not have patience to listen others. So, why do people often listen to reply instead of listening to understand?
Because it feels safer. From when we listen to reply, we're in control. We're framing everything through our existing beliefs. Listening to understand means we have to confront potentially uncomfortable ideas, question our own assumptions, maybe even change our minds. That's vulnerable and harder than just thinking up your counterpoint while someone is still talking. Plus, there's this subtle ego thing. Like, it makes us feel smarter if we have the perfect response ready.
Yeah, you are saying right that you really we want to be we want to show that we are more smarter than you, and that's why we do not focus on listening and just uh, reply instead of listening to understand. So, what are simple habits to become a better listener?
A few small things make a big difference. Start with physical cues, eye contact, nodding, facing the speaker. Put away distractions, seriously, phone face down. Then
Yeah, can you please repeat it?
Hey, Uzma, good to hear your voice again. What's been on your mind
Yes,
lately?
some internet connection, you get lost. Uh, we were talking about that. What are some simple habits to become a better listener?
Oh, right. We were diving into becoming a better listener. Okay, so simple habits. I think one of the most immediate things is just physically slowing down. Like most of us are already formulating our response while the other person is still talking, which means we're definitely not fully present. So even just consciously pausing for a beat after someone finishes speaking before you jump in makes the difference. It feels weird at first, but it's like a mini reset.
How can someone stay fully present during a conversation?
That's the $1,000,000 question, isn't it? It's so easy for your mind to wander, especially if it's a topic that triggers something for you. For me, what I've heard works is grounding techniques, like noticing what you're physically feeling right now. What does the chair feel like under you? What sounds are happening around you that aren't part of the conversation? Not to zone out completely, but just to create little check in points to pull yourself back in when you notice your focus drifting. Does that resonate with what you've seen in your interviews?
Yeah, you're saying right that um, uh, you should be fully present while the conversation if someone is talking, and you can give your body gestures. So I was just going to ask that what role does body language play in effective listening?
Oh, huge role, actually. People are constantly broadcasting nonverbal signals we completely miss when we're half in and half out of a conversation. So things like maintaining eye contact, but not staring them down, obviously, nodding along to show you're tracking, mirroring their posture a bit. It's not just about signaling, I'm listening. It actually helps your brain process what they're saying better. It's almost like our bodies listen first and then our brain catches up. Have you seen that in your interviews that people often miss the real message because they're not reading the full picture?
Yeah, I usually have noticed this thing that when somebody is talking, your body language should give some signals to the speaker that you are listening by just noted your head or by rephrasing the words so that the other person would get to know that you are talking, you are listening properly. So yes, body language is very important. And but do you think that how does listening improve relationships and trust?
Exactly, it's like a back channel. Those little uh-huhs and head nods are way more than just politeness. They're actually signaling back to the speaker, "Keep going, I'm with you," which keeps them feeling safe and heard. Rephrasing what they've said or asking clarifying questions like, "So, what I'm hearing is," that's gold right there. It shows you're not just passively waiting for your turn to talk, makes them feel seen, which makes the whole conversation better.
Yes, and when you rephrase the other's words, that creates more trust and improves your relationship. So, what is empathetic listening and why is it important?
Empathetic listening, that's where you're not just hearing the words someone's saying, but really trying to understand what they're feeling underneath. So it's like going beyond just mirroring their language or understanding their viewpoint intellectually. You're actually trying to feel what they're feeling. Why is it important? Because it creates safety. People tend to shut down when they don't feel understood or accepted. Empathetic listening tells them, I see you, your feelings matter. And that's when the good conversations and the good relationships start.
Yes. My last question from you is that how can if you could give one piece of advice to improve listening skills, what would it be?
If I had to pick just one, probably just slow down. I know it sounds so